Everybody, welcome back to the print room. I'm Gerald. Here we're going to pre-treat some next level CVCs. Yes, I said it, pre-treat next level CVCs. We all know that in the DTG area, CVC tri-blends, all very difficult to do because of the polyester. But great news, with the Ghost pre-treatment, those are no more issues, right? We're gonna do all these light colors, all these medium colors, and some darker colors. We're gonna give it a try. I'm not sure if it'll work on the real dark colors, but I'm hoping so. So let's get started. Once again, uncut video. We got our sky blue, starting off with that with 23 grammage. We got an aqua teal sapphire. I think it's sapphire color. Do 25 on there. And all of these are the CVC next levels. 60-40 blend. We got like a banana color right here, gonna do the same amount as what we just did on that sky blue. Actually gonna do the back of this one. Got a nice good spray. Once again, this is the Ghost pre-treatment. Got like a mint green right here. This is a Ghost pre-treatment. No sun yellowing, right? No staining, no shiny box, no darker box. If you're new to it, you might be like, oh, what's sun yellowing? What's sun discoloration? Oh, here, just real quick, we got a nice neon green right here. Nobody, like, you're not DTGing neon green, but now you can. So we're gonna stick, we're gonna just up it a little bit. We're gonna go 25, 26 grams on that one, just because there probably will be some dye migration. If you never heard the word dye migration before, you can look it up with screen printing. We got neon yellow here, just some of the dyes coming through the white ink. The pre-treatment does make a decent barrier, but it's not like screen printing where they can literally use a dye blocker in their ink. We can't do that, or the ink's already in a digital machine, right? Nice even spray. This pre-treat spray is very easy. But going back, sun discoloration, this is what it's exactly for. What you'll see if you search in forums, if you search on Facebook groups, DTG owners group, you'll see, hey, I did these sport gray shirts, these Oxford gray shirts. They looked amazing. Then my customer went out to a football game, baseball game, went and did a 5K run. And when the sun came out, 30 minutes later, I had a big yellow box. That's called UV discoloration, and it happens on the lighter colored shirts. It would happen on the darker shirts, but the shirts are so dark, you just actually don't see that UV discoloration. Our pre-treatment right here that I was able to develop has none of that. It's the first pre-treatment on the market that you can print white ink and not have UV discoloration. There are a couple pre-treatments out there that don't UV discolor, but you can only print CMYK with it. The white ink will not react, will not look good, and you can't do it. This is the first pre-treat that you can do white ink printing, have a nice white vibrancy, but it not UV discolor. And that's what makes it, that's one of the reasons it makes it so great. The other reason is just that it's retail ready. Got like an oatmeal color here, or steel gray, oatmeal. I think it's oatmeal, dark oatmeal. It is retail ready. You won't see an outline of a spray box. You won't see a shiny box. It makes it as if there's nothing on the shirt. Very soft tan. Another mint green shirt, great shirt for the summer that's coming up. Now this next shirt, now we're getting a little bit more difficult for sure, because we're getting to that darker range, and these are CVCs. Okay, so now this is like the sapphire color. So let's see what happens. Literally, it's my first try. I haven't been able to test every single shirt and color on the market. So some of these are literally, no lie, my first attempt at doing it. But I think I got a pretty good chance because of how versatile this pre-treatment is. So I am gonna up it a little bit. I'm gonna do 28 grams on this, and we'll see what happens. Then I got like I think this is Storm. I believe this is the Storm color. I'm gonna do the same thing, 28 grams, okay? And we'll see what happens. Our Chiossi right now, we're on 280 Fahrenheit. 280 Fahrenheit for 1 minute and 30 seconds. You can definitely change that to whatever you want. We have a lot of forced air, so we don't have to go up very high in our temperatures. If you are using like an infrared machine, you know, we used to have a Vastec 3D if you see some of our old videos, and we would have that on like 550, 600, but that's infrared. Clearly the shirt is not getting up to that. You know, the shirt might have been getting up to 350, 360. So doing a brick color right here, then another like slate blue kind of color, vintage, not vintage blue, I think it's slate blue. Yeah, we'll be around the 65 grammage. I'm sorry, 25 grammage. I'm doing 65%. It goes by percentage on this machine. Totally lost track of where I was. We're on royal blues. Maybe my camera lady would like remind me where I was, but she's not going to. Let's see, royal blues over here. We're gonna go back up to that 28 grammage. Doing the CVCs. Conveyor dryer, the infrared. A lot of force there, we're 280. We could go up to 300, 320 for this easy, but the fastest our belt can move is 45 seconds through the tunnel. And I just don't like to have my machines completely maxed out. So I have it at 1 minute 30. So we drop it down to 280. It'll give it a nice dry. We already did this one. We don't need to do it. A nice dry when it comes out. You want the shirt to feel you know, almost dry. With our Ghost pre-treatment, it's better to feel a little bit more dry than it does to feel damp. Just because we want this to be extremely dry. Now this is gonna be like really, really tough. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. This is almost black. This is dark gray heather. Literally, it's not recommended on the bottle, but we're gonna try it because it is the CVC. So we might have a chance because it can use less pre-treatment. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We definitely wanted to feel a little bit more dry than damp when it comes out, because with this pre-treatment, you want it to be nice and dry after you press it. The wash and the print results will be way better if you do that. And sometimes people, they'll touch the shirt, they'll think it's dry, but there's still some moisture trapped in. And this pre-treatment has such a soft hand that even when it comes through the dryer, if it was really dry, when you press it, it's still gonna flex and heat press nice. Some of the older pre-treatments, their hand isn't as soft. So if they come out really dry, they're extremely crispy and it's hard to heat press the fibers flat. But with this one, it's a nice soft hand, it's flexible. So I would recommend having them come out a little bit more dry than they do damp, so you're not too long on the heat press, which once again, that's where we're going now, to go heat press them and print. So we got our heat press. We dropped it down a little bit. We're gonna be around 305, 310, 305. We don't recommend under 300 because we definitely wanna make sure the shirt is nice and dry. I mean, you don't even like see any of the pre-treat on the shirt right now. It's pretty amazing. I mean, so many pre-treatments out there right now. If you try to spray the shirt, you just have a dark box. So we reduced the temperature a little bit. We're reducing the pressure a little bit. Why are you reducing the pressure, Gerald? Simple. There's polyester in this garment. If we have too much pressure, we're just gonna melt the polyester. And if we melt the polyester, then we will have a shiny box because you're melting a man-made fabric. So we're reducing the pressure down so we don't cause that to melt. Excuse me. And we're keeping around the 15 seconds because they're definitely coming out how we want, where they're more on the dry side. Yeah, we definitely want it dry. We don't want to feel any dampness on the front and back. We see the steam coming off the shirt. A little light blue. Yeah, a lot of times, you know, the print will still look good if it wasn't dried all the way, but like I said, this just comes down to having good wash results at the end. You know, we could print wet on wet and it pretty much look like a passable print, but the wash will not be as good. I mean, if you did wet on wet, it would be terrible. So this color here, we added a little bit more, so I am gonna just hit it for a little bit more. So you can see we got some steam coming off, you know, and with the lower temperature, you might have to go a little bit more time when you're doing these, nicer garments. I mean, they're more expensive, right? They cost more, you're paying more of a premium for them. You might have to spend an extra 5 or 10 seconds just to make sure that it's done right. So we're gonna go over here. Yeah, so, you know, this one we're gonna hit again, so I'm gonna have to hit it a little longer. I'm gonna hit it for 20 seconds versus 15, because we're at that, once again, we're at that lower temperature. But dealing with tri-blends, dealing with CVCs, here at Breakthrough, we'll add extra 5 seconds, 10 seconds. We want the shirts done right the first time. We don't want to have to reorder shirts. We don't want to have to go back and print, because that costs way more than what the actual cost of the shirt is. So we're just increasing the time a little bit up to 20 seconds, since we're, like I said, we're down to 305 versus like the 325, 330 that we're doing on other garments. Okay. I was being nonchalant, but I'm actually super impressed right now, this dark heather gray. I mean, a lot of times you get a real bag like pink box with the reaction, with the dye reactions with the pre-treat, or you get a really dark box. So I'm hoping this prints well. It would be pretty amazing. That would mean that besides doing the black CVC, because I don't have that one with me, you might be able to do every color in the next level CVCs with this Ghost pre-treatment, from white to blacks. I mean, that's a one pre-treatment for all. That's pretty amazing. We're gonna do kind of like just a solid white print over there. Oh, great, man. Beautiful white, solid all the way through. Yep, I got no red or nothing coming through that white. Beautiful, beautiful. Got a nice print here. This was a 5 highlight on this shirt. Not much ink at all. 6 cc's, 12-inch by 13-inch graphic. Beautiful. We are using, we got the Brother GTX Pros here. We do have Firebird ink in our machines that we're using for white and CMYK. So, yeah, to be transparent with that, it's not Brother ink. So your ink settings may be different than our settings. Might be slightly different, but once again, environment makes a big thing. Our environment here is always above 50% humidity. Always above 50% humidity. Ooh, let's get started on this neon green. Here, drier, so there's like a little saying, drier the environment, better the prints. More humid the environment, better the machines work. If you're way too dry, no box, no box, and you'll get no UV discoloration. If you're way too dry, if your humidity is like 30, then you know your machines are going to have more dropouts, your print heads are going to want to dry, but your prints are going to be nice because the shirts are always going to be dry. But yet, if you're very humid, you'll have less issues with your print heads and such, but your prints not always will look great because it's easier for the shirts to get moisture back in them. And that's where we say it's very important to have a nice dry shirt. Now, I know I'm kind of going heat press right over to the machines, but there would be no issue if I pressed these shirts and they sat, did I do this one here? And they sat around, you know, for an hour or 2 hours or such, no issue. But if, once again, if you're gonna wait like 6 hours or something like that, I'm gonna hit this for a couple more seconds because this had more pre-treat. If it's gonna wait around for like 6 hours or something for that, you might have to do like a couple second press if you're in a very humid environment. It just makes it a little bit better. But if you're happy with the way your prints are, then you don't need to, right? It's all to the expectation of what your clients want and such, right? Keep them going over here. This came out great. Man, sorry. Yep, I don't see any dyes coming through. We'll see how it looks when it dries. We got our dryer on 320, we got our dryer on 335 Fahrenheit for 3 minutes and 20 seconds. That's what the setting is that we have over here. Wow. Yep. This looks good. This looks good. The white's good. The white is good. It's definitely passable. If we want to make it more vibrant, we can up the ink level. We can up the ink level one level. I think I was like a 7.1 or something because it was mainly just white ink for that image. We go to like an 8.1. I think it's like 3 cc's. But that's going to be a passable print that if somebody spent their hard-earned money for it, they would not be complaining at all. Oh, did we do the back of this one? Thank you, camera lady. We did the back, almost did a boo-boo again. But the crazy thing is, it's like, here's the back, here's the front. You can't tell what side it's on. So you really got to pay attention. And it feels so soft. Once again, there's a lot of pre-treatments out there. I'm not calling out any names, but there's a lot of pre-treatments out there that have a sticky feeling or have a stiff, rough feeling. And well, if you got a nice boutique, if you got a nice boutique, looking great, retail shop or something like that, oh my God, this right here, just retail ready all day. I mean, if you went into like a Dick's Sporting Goods, if you went into Boscov's or Marshall's or, you know, wherever, this would be on it all day. You can't see anything, solid looking print. And it feels extremely soft. And that's a major difference that people don't realize is that these people, you know, you spray everything on these shirts. We did a 14 by 16 inch spray area. Right? That's not a small spray area. And we do that with some of these other pre-treatments. Well, you're gonna have a very stiff shirt, and then somebody puts it on and they're like, oh man, this feels stiff. What's going on? You know, like what's on this shirt? Not with the Ghost. You know, I've been doing this for 15 years, and when developing this pre-treatment, I know what DTG printers are looking for, right? We want something that doesn't stain, clearly. We want something that doesn't UV discolor, bonus. Can it work on a white t-shirt and color shirt? Another bonus. Hey, can it be a soft feel so when I spray these shirts that my customer's not like, why is this so stiff? Yes, and having that soft feel is awesome, amazing, great. I love it. Now, at times it might make it hard for your employees because if they like lose their work order form or something like that, it's gonna be hard for them to tell what side the shirt was sprayed on, but it is amazing, great. I love this stuff. It's literally been a game changer. It's been a game changer here at the shop because we never offered this with DTG before to be like, yeah, we'll do vinyl or we'll do screen printing, right? But we honestly don't like to do vinyl too much. By the way, that solid once again. And this thing here is super solid. Oh my gosh, I could have backed off the ink on that one. That is super solid right there. It's been a game changer for us because I mean, all these colors, safety yellow or neon yellow, that's not safety yellow, it's neon yellow. We wouldn't offer that. We wouldn't offer this color. So it's been able to allow us to just open up the workflow and allow our customers to choose a lot more, not have to put, hey, yeah, you can't, sorry, you want to do that shirt, you can't do it, sorry, you can't do it, sorry, you can't do it. Yeah, we don't have to do that. I mean, yes, there still are some shirts that we won't do. You know, maybe like a black, like I said, black or navy that's got viscous in it and bamboo and a bunch of stuff. We may still not do it because it's too thin, right? But let's just do this one over here. It's literally, I just made life so much easier. Spend less time with our website, having to put, you know, no to this and yes to this. It's been great. It's been amazing, beautiful. Gosh, nice streetwear, tee all day. People selling for 50 bucks. Looks amazing, amazing. All right, looks like we got 2 left. Oh, I got to do this royal one here, dude. So we got 3 left, and then we're gonna be done. So once again, guys, only place to get this pre-treat right now is firebirdinc.com. You get the Ghost pre-treatment. They're the only distributors right now of it. We basically partnered with them to create this product. Amazing. Partnered with them to make this product, so go and get it there. They got other pre-treatments there also for your dark garments. If you're doing, you know, the black hoodies and stuff like that. We did forget to do them in this video. I had some next level hoodies, but in the next video we do, we'll just add the next level hoodies in on that. Okay, boom, solid. Yeah, they got a bunch of products over there. Cleaning solution, pre-treat cleaning solution, which is great. I'm gonna hit this for a little bit more. I can see a little bit of dampness. Yeah, one thing to talk about the pre-treatment, I would recommend taking the spray tip out, you know, depending on what machine you have. Do you have a Schultz machine? Do you have Viper machine? Do you have a Pearl? Whatever. I recommend taking the spray tip out, soak it in a little cup. Firebird has a pre-treatment cleaning solution. That's what we just soak it in overnight. If you know, if you wait like a whole day, you may have to brush your tip. A little bit of film may come on it. And you know, we just keep like a little firm toothbrush next to the machine to do like a little brush on our stainless tips. But we do recommend that if you take it out overnight, like I said, you might have to brush it. So they got the pre-treat cleaning solution. Besides that, it's a very friendly, it's a very easy pre-treatment to use. I mean, you see some of these shirts I never did before. There will be kind of like a matrix on the Firebird website, and like that is a good starting point, right? It's not exact numbers. You know, if I do 25 grams here, you may be doing 22, you may be doing 28. With the Ghost pre-treatment, I have been seeing a lot of my numbers are between 20 and 28 grams. I'm not usually less than 20 unless it's like a white shirt maybe. And I'm not usually over 28 unless it's like a really thick shirt. That's kind of like what I'm seeing here. And it's just so forgiving. It's so easy to use. Like, it's so hard to mess up. And if you're not sure how much to spray, just spray a little bit more. Hey, I think this might be 22 grams. Just spray 25. You're not gonna get a box, you're not gonna get staining, you're not gonna get UV, just do it. But like I said, make sure it's very dry. So we're almost done here. We got one last shirt, that royal blue, which we'll show you when it's done. Comment below, please like the video. Let us know any questions, like I always say. If you want a certain shirt, brand, style, put that in the comments below and we'll try to work on that video. Go to DTG Owners Group on Facebook. That's our group there. If you got any questions, a lot of good feedback and media that's in that group. Please try out the pre-treat. We're gonna try and work on some other videos with the Epson 2100, and we're working with somebody right now to do some Rico videos. This pre-treatment, actually I didn't say it before, this pre-treatment works with all the inks out there except for the Cornette ink, right? So if you got a Rico, it works. Epson, it works. You're using DuPont ink, it works. M&R, Polaris, it works. Rock now, most likely works. We'd have to find out. But Brother GTX, Omniprint works, right? All the machines out there, it works with. Yeah, it's super easy. Let's see how this Royal one came, which is hard. White looks good. Shirt's a little bit darker right now, but it's also still warm from the heat press. So just like all of our other videos, when the shirts are done going through the conveyor, we will have some pictures for you. So when that cools down, we'll see how that box looks, but the print looks amazing. So guys, thanks for checking out this video. I hope it helps you out with the next level CVCs. I hope you try the Ghost pre-treatment. It's super easy and it's great and it's amazing. Thanks again. Have a great day. See you next time.